Hi everyone, welcome back. So today I'll be sharing with you some of the questions in day 6. So I'll share with you my methods on how to tackle some of the questions in there. So let's take a look. So on day 6, we'll be talking about strings and dictionaries. So first up, you have to run the setup. So it will take a while. Okay, setup complete. So let's take a look at the question 0. So the questions in question 0 is quite simple. So basically, what you need to do is that you have to calculate what is the length in variable A. Okay, so let's take a look at this question. As you can see here, now the length in variable A is 0 because there's nothing inside. So we put 0. So let's run it. And the answer is correct. Next, let's go to 0B. Inside this variable B, you can see that there's a punctuation. So punctuation is also counted as part of the string. So if you run length, it will take this as a value 1. So in this case, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, and even space as well. 3, 5, 6, 7. So in total, there are about 7 values in this variable. So the length is 7, and the answer is correct. Next, 0C. In this particular question, there is something called the backspace. Now, backspace in this case, it doesn't count as part of the string. The purpose of having this backspace is to escape this value. So if you do not put backspace, the string will take it as this is a closed inverted comma, and they only take it as this is the string, and the rest is not, which is not what we want. We want to take in whatever that's inside this open inverted comma, everything inside here, we want it as part of the string. So the answer should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the answer is still 7. And the answer is correct. Let's go to 0D. In this particular question, there are only 3 values that is being counted as string, which is H, E, Y. So the answer is 3. The rest is just empty value and it's not being counted as part of the string. And the answer is correct. So we come to the last question in section 0. So in this case, this is actually moving on to a new line. So this is also counted as a value. So the answer is 1. You can actually open up the Python editor and try out all these questions so that you have a better understanding of how it's being calculated. Let's move on to question 1. So over here, you can read the questions, but essentially what the question is asking is that the function itself is valid zip. We'll try to take in a zip code, and our job is to check whether this zip code is a valid zip code or not. And at the same time, to see whether the string consists of exactly 5 digits. So at this point in time, if you are very new to this strings and dictionaries, I highly encourage you to try the tutorial, or you can do some practice questions on this topic itself so that you will have a better understanding on how you can tackle this question. So in this case, you have to first of all check whether the length of the zip code is equals to 5 digits or not. So it do a if else statement. So if it's more than 5 digits, then we can move on to the next step. And at this point, if we want to check whether this zip code is a digit, we can do the isDigit function. Or I would say this is part of the feature in Python that you can check whether the value taken in is digit or not. So if it's a digit, then we will return true. Else, return false. So if everything it doesn't fulfill these two criteria, it's not a digit and it's not 5, then we will return as false. Okay. So let's run it. And answer is correct. Okay. Let's move on to question 2. So over here, the question itself, you need to understand what the question is actually asking. So to summarize for you, what it wants the function to do is to fulfill these 3 criteria. So first, if the sentence itself contains the word close, it should return the index of where is it at inside the array or inside the list. So if it's enclosed, if the keyword is enclosed and the close is inside the sentence, then it will not include here at all. Okay, so it must be a standalone, so it cannot be part of a larger word. Next, we don't want to distinguish between uppercase and lowercase. So if the keyword is a lowercase and the keyword inside the sentence is a uppercase, we will still return true because that is one of the criteria. Okay, so periods and commas should not affect what is matched. So if we detect that there's a period or comma, we will just ignore it. And the question we assume that there are no other types of punctuation. So we only need to think of the periods and commas. So to better help you understand what kind of answer the question is actually looking for, I can give you a few scenarios. So let me give you a few examples. So first, if the keyword there's a casino, and you can see here that there is a casino. So regardless whether it's an uppercase, lowercase, the answer will be 0 because this is at index 0. Next, if the keyword is car, you can see here the car is at index 1. So the answer is 1. Next, if the keyword is long, and you can see here in these 3 keywords, there's no 3 sentences, there's no long. So the answer will return empty. So now, if we know what the question is asking for, now we can construct our function to search for all these criteria. So what you can do first, this is my way of doing this. So if you find that my way is too long, too lengthy, you can definitely check the solution. And I believe they will have a better way of doing it. So first, this search. So what I will do is create an array first, empty array. Next, our result equals to true, and also a counter. Later I will explain to you the purpose of creating these 2 variables. So first I will create a for loop, range 0, length of the document, length of dot list, Then I will do a split text. So what I want to do here is to remove all those unnecessary characters so that we can just focus on finding the keywords that we want. A in split text. If so, now you're going to use this feature called rstrip. So basically, you will strip off the comma and the full stop dot lower equals to keyword dot lower. So as you can see here, A in split text. Okay, so I made a mistake. So this should be this. So whatever that we have found, we want to remove the full stop and the comma, and we want to change everything to a lowercase. And if the keyword is uppercase, then we also want to change to lowercase so that everything is consistent so that it can match correctly. And next, we want to have a counter to have a plus equals to 1. So if the counter equals to 1, then we can continue the following function. So indices is dot append. As you can see, that is the array. We want to append in n. So n is over here. So if it matches, then the counter will start to calculate to add 1 inside the variable. Then if the counter equals to 1, then it will append the index inside this array. So once we're done, then you put result equals to false. And we need to reset the counter as well. If not, the counter will always keep on increasing. But we only want it to increase to 1 when we found a match. Afterwards, we want to just reset it. Now, if the result equals to true, means that no match is found, then we want to clear the list. We want to make it empty. Okay, so let's run it. Oops. True. So let's run it. Made a mistake. Let me run again. So next, we also have to return the indices list. So just want to make sure everything is correct. So make sure that the name is correct. And the result is correct. Okay, so let's move on to question 3. Now, question 3 itself, you actually need to use the code that you have written beforehand, which is this. So what you can do is that you need to add in here and paste. And what the question is actually asking for is that now the function itself need to take on more keywords. So the keywords is not only limited to 1, it can be 2, 3, and 4. And the function have to return the result. So maybe I'll give you an example. So this is a simple example. So if the keywords is casino and day, so the answer should be casino, return index 0 and 1, because the casino is at index 0 and 1. If it's day, the answer is 1. If cannot be found, then it's empty. So at first I also do not know what the question is actually looking out for. I should check the answer. So you can check the answer by removing the comment, then just run it, and you will get the answer. So from there, I work backwards. So now we know what answer they are looking out for. What we can do is to create a variable called keyword to indices. So make it empty first, then do a for loop. Then word search for the documents. So what it does here is that first, this is the empty list. Next, we will do a for loop to find out this keyword, the keyword which is this casino and day. Next, we'll put the keyword inside here, and from the keyword, we'll return the index, which is what we have done earlier on. So this will return the index values, and this will return the keywords. So you can see here, once you return, then the answer will be something like this. Okay. And the answer is correct. Okay, so that's it for day 6. So I hope this video has been beneficial to you. So if you like this video, do like and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next session.